Hello. So we have talked about how to use Google Scholar for your literature search, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to use PubMed. Before I get into it, just to let you know that it's not as if Google Scholar and PubMed are the only two search engines you can use on such databases that you can use to find literature. There are a couple of other ones, but some of them can be a bit more complicated. And Google Scholar and PubMed are the most user friendly ones. So that's why I'm teaching you guys how to do it. Now, you might wonder why use them? Why not use Google, just a normal Google search? The difference being that Google search, just normal Google search, not the Scholar bit, gives you so many information. A lot of the times they are not literature, they're not academic articles, they're not academic literature. So if you just use the normal Google search, you will find a lot of literature. You'll find a lot of information and articles. They just may not fit in, with the definition of an academic article or journal article. So that's the difference. So rather than using the general Google search, use the Google Scholar, because the articles that you get there fall under academic journals or academic journal articles, just to let that know. So now that we've got that out of the way, let us show you how to use PubMed. So you just type in here PubMed, and then you click on it and it takes you to PubMed. So I already have an account. So I'm already signed in. If I wanted to, if you want to, you can create an account, to show you, put you through how to do that. If you don't want, you can just go ahead and use the search. The reason why having an account is good is because you get to save your searches in case you need it for future use. You can always save them, and then you can go back and collect those. But if you're just using it for one time, you don't need an account. If it's something you don't think you're going to come back and use repeatedly. So that's that. So now we are in PubMed. We will click advanced. So there's one of the difference between Google Scholar and PubMed is that with Google Scholar, you just type in everything. You just put in all your keywords and all your combination words. PubMed is a bit more refined in the sense that it gives you a more step-by-step way of adding it, and in that sense, it usually pulls up far less number of articles. But Google Scholar, it showed us 35,000 articles, which is just a lot. Which with 35,000, you can imagine maybe only 10% of it is going to be relevant to you. Google PubMed has a more refined way of doing that, which means that if it throws you 1,000 articles, you are probably going to have 50% or 30% of that being relevant. So you have a whole lot less work to do in terms of digging through to find the correct articles that you need. So now we've gone into the advanced, and you now have to use. So this is where you then type in your keyword search. So we have a couple of keywords. We had children, ADHD, United States treatment diagnosis. So start with ADHD. You can just take that and click in here. That, and we select at let's say we want to focus on title right now, so we can click it on title, or you can just leave it at all fields, but I generally like it to be on title or abstract. The reason being that it's easier to kind of give you a better work than having to get everything. So you can type ADHD or hypertension. I forgot what ADHD means. Attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder. Okay, so that's what that means. So you add it as you just click add and add to history, and then you find another keyword. Another keywords that we use was children. So we find another keyword that says children, and you then also type that in your query box. You tell it to add it to history. You take United States, let's copy that, and you type that in keywords, and you say you want United States or America, just in case. You can just have that, add that to your history. And the other one we have is treatment. Now, you can just say treatment or diagnosis, or okay, we can just leave treatment or diagnosis, add that, and then we can add service utilization and add that to history. So now what we then have to do next up is we want a combination of all of this. So what PubMed did was that it already started by looking for articles that are full text, and that was within the last 10 years. So it's, kind of started it, which means it has done some form of filtering for you. If you clear that, it's going to take you articles, whether full text or not full text, and, regardless of whatever year it is. So kind of, going through the filter is a good idea. So now let's add all the ones that we want. Let's, first of all, I usually just throw everything in and see what it yields. So this yielded 557 what's it called, results. So click on that and see what that has to offer. So these are all the articles, and so again, you start with the title, to look at the title and see if the title makes sense to you, if it's relevant. If it's not relevant, you don't continue. If it's relevant to you, you can click on view PDF, and when you click on view PDF, let's see, let me add that in. So this is the, when I clicked on view PDF, this is where it took me. So this is now the article, which you start with reading the abstract. This is the entire abstract. You read it first and see if from the abstract it feels like, okay, this is relevant to what it is that I'm talking about. Then you can now read down. So from the abstract, I can see it did talk about ADHD medication, and it mentioned the age of the children. This one is 2 to 5 years old. And what else did it talk about? Common medication types used. So this is kind of relevant to the research question that I have. So if I was pulling up this, I would add that to it. And 2017 is pretty recent enough. So in terms of years, it does fall into a good article for me. So that goes. So that's what you do with the rest of the articles. Read the title, open it, read the abstract. If the abstract goes, then you then go and pull up the rest of the information. All right, so that's where I will stop for this topic. I'm now going to for the next video. I'm going to show you how to use the citation, and both how to create an account, how to do the citation, to download the citation, and then I'm going to show you how to do that for PubMed, how to do that for Google Scholar, and then how to then take everything and put it into Microsoft Word. All right, do have a lovely day. Bye.